So as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Why is that important? Let's go back and look at of a fig tree. And he said, when you see this fig tree putting forth leaves, you better know summer is coming. Right. So likewise, when you see all these things, know it is near, even at the doors. Which doors? The gateway, my sister, yes? Let's see what these doors are. We didn't touch on this Sunday because we want to know how the Messiah is going to come. We look at this and look at the word there, Thyra. They were entrance metaphor, the door through which sheep go in and out. The name of him who brings salvation to those who follow his guidance. Interesting. So a door could be a name. An open door is used of the opportunity of doing something. Okay, so a door can mean an opportunity. The door of the kingdom of heaven, likened to a palace, denotes the conditions which must be complied with in order to be received. It's not merely a physical door, but actual conditions. And these conditions must be complied with in order to be received into the kingdom of God. And where is the kingdom of God?
Within.
Luke 17:21. Setting the table because 17 verse 20, he was demanded of who? The Pharisees. When what?
Pharisees. When the kingdom of God should come.
So these Pharisees wanted to know, just like when the child, the baby Jesus, the baby Yahshua was being born, Herod didn't know what was going on. That's why he had to call who to find out what was going on?
3 wise men.
He had to call these 3 wise men to figure out where is the child. I don't know, man. My astrologist, because we were solar biologists, we were never astrologers, but he had astrologists. His astrologists, they couldn't really pinpoint it. But these 3 wise men, they were wise because they could find the child. But just like in those days, these Pharisees, they're asking, well, when is the kingdom of God? When is it coming? And what he answered them and said, what?
Observation.
The kingdom of God cometh not with observation. Well, what is observation? Let's start. Language is what?
Which is key.
Language is key. So what if you only doing what this says, observation, doesn't come racist. Going into the Strong's Concordance, we look now, know the language, and they're the ones who, so we can, the word they say is inspection, that is ocular evidence. So if you only looking for the kingdom of heaven to be revealed to your eyes, you're gonna miss it. Because it talked about some conditions that have to be in place in order, right? Luke 17:20, and now moving into 21. All right, it doesn't come by way of opposite. The Messiah say what? Lo here or what?
Lo there.
For behold what?
The kingdom of God is within you.
Oh, the kingdom of God is within you.
Yes.
Score a touchdown or they up. As if to say somebody's looking down from on high at what they in. Within you, that is in the midst of you. In, through, and around you. Or it means they say your soul. Are you with me?
Yes.
Because we are in biblical times, but because these unconscionable death mist gases we talked about in book 2, verse 61 on page 53 of Papyrus 1, because they have taken over the narrative and they've given us history, which is known as his story, then they've taken the realities and they've given us spookism to the point where we're now looking for spookism and we're not paying attention to the divine realities that are manifesting right in our face every day. So the kingdom is in the midst of you. It's inside of you. It's in, through, and around you. The doctrine of original Christianity 24, because the disciples, those who would actually a Nazarite, went through Matthew to everything, but he's sitting on the mountain with these disciples, and they came privately unto him, and he said, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So he's telling them about the sign, and sign is, because these signs in the Greek, and we're in the Greek, was released or Samion, the sign, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. So you mean to tell me that some things that we can see in today's world that distinguish those people who are wearing those things from others. A sign or a prodigy, portent, that is an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. If you just paid attention to the weather in the past 100 years, nature has been doing its own thing. You got fire tornadoes now. You know, when I was growing up, you heard about wind and water. Now you got fire. Yes? Tornadoes. There's something going on whereby if we're not paying attention, we miss the opportunity to create the conditions to be received within this kingdom of the Most High Heavenly One. And as a teaching church, there was a video in 2019. How drastic tornadoes are here. These are signs. In 2018, a fire tornado was captured on video along the Colorado River near the Iris wildfires in California. Storm is happening, or is this something that is not common, transcending the common course of nature? It's definitely not common. You all there?
Yes.
Yes.
Not common. Right? Of signs, miracles and wonders by which God authenticates men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is God's. So when we have divine beings amongst us, sometimes they're going to have to prove that the cause they are pleading is not their cause, but the cause of the Most High Heavenly One. Not me. I didn't say this. This is under the word signs. Because the Holy Coptic Church, being led by our Basesh Hotep Tar, is proving that the cause he is pleading is not his own cause, but the cause of the Most High Heavenly One and Neighboring. The KaHunat, the men of Viziers, the brothers, the sisters, all of those who are living this true religious identity are proving that they're not doing it for their own sake, but they're pleading the cause of the Most High Heavenly One, falsely called God today. Are y'all there?
Yes, every spirit.
Yes.
We additions, but during Nuach, they were given this knowledge. Why were they given this knowledge?
They can prepare
Okay, so that they could prepare
to understand the signs.
to understand the signs, but why were they given the knowledge? Everybody didn't get this. Okay, it was of the blood seed. Okay. What else? They were chosen. Okay, all right. Because we got people of the blood seed in this day and time.
They were living that life.
Oh, they had to live a particular life.
Yes.
Oh, you mean you don't just get to walk with God and do what you want to do? You don't get to say, well, I'm free and I can do what I want to do, and I can dress how I want to dress, and I can eat how I want to eat, and I could just, you don't get to do that?
No, sir.
No, the conditions.
Oh, because say it again, sis.
The conditions.
Because you got to maintain a condition. This ain't about just right and wrong. This is science. You can't stand out in the middle of the sun with a cup of water and you praying for ice. God must be mad at me because I don't have no ice. You refuse to put the ice in the freezer so that the ice can become one with the condition whereby freeze and give you ice. It's the same thing that happens with righteousness. We want a righteous world. We keep praying for it. We keep asking for it. We keep wanting this one perfect man. Everybody says Jesus was perfect. He didn't say he was perfect. He said, don't call me good. Call no one good but God. Matthew 17. Right? But everybody says he's perfect, so we'll go with that. Right? But they waiting for this one perfect man to come. Not realizing he didn't tell them everything, correct?
Correct.
So this time of Noah meant that there was some knowledge on the earth then, because if the same knowledge was then on the earth, then it's on the earth now. Because what did Matthew 24:37 say? How would the coming of the Son of Man be like the days of who? Noah or Noach. You're quiet.
Like the days of Noah.
So this Noah had knowledge. If Noah had knowledge and it was present in his day and time, and the coming of the Son of Man is going to be like the days of Noah, then this knowledge that everybody doesn't have, that Noah had, is also going to be in the earth during this day and time. Yes? Y'all there?
Yes.
All right, man. Y'all got to work with me now.
Yeah.
And this knowledge is
Yes.
extreme, and y'all taking notes. Just work with me, man, please. And this knowledge is extremely important because by way of embracing the realistic truths. So in order for you to have the conditions necessary to be received into the kingdom of God, you must embrace what type of truths?
Realistic truth.
So people talk about truth all the time, but are your truths realistic? That's the question you got to ask people. You have realistic truths. See, I hear you. We can find a lot of verses in the Bible. We can find a lot of scriptures, but we know the Bible is not the problem. The translation and the interpretation is the problem. If the translation and the interpretation ain't giving us realistic truths, then we can't embrace realistic truths, which means we will not be accepted into the kingdom of God, into the kingdom of heaven. We got to embrace the realistic truth which it held, which this particular group born forth out of this new Adama group would be able to prepare for and survive the cataclysmic flooding and events of destruction which were to occur in and around the Nile River Valley. So what was taking place during the days of Noah?
Destruction.
It was a flood.
Yep.
It was a planetary flood, or a flood that happens on the planet every 50,000, every 25,000, every 6,000, and every 1,000 years. The Earth's needle is shifting.
Planetary shifts.
When the Earth needle shifts, what else begins to happen?
Yes, we have.
Conditions changes.
Earthquakes and tornadoes,
We get little tornadoes and
Okay.
tsunamis, and all type of weather, extreme weather.
What about alignments?
Again.
Planetary alignment.
True and magnetic north. What? I didn't know this was a guy.
Where is it?
True and magnetic north realignment.
Okay.
True north, because we got to embrace what type of realities?
Realistic
True
truth.
Realistic.
realities.
Truth.
Realistic truths. So there's an alignment taking place where magnetic north is aligning with true north. What does that mean? August 30th, 2019.
Go on, before I forget, this alignment also happens within us. This true alignment to our religious doctrine, our way of life as well, and spirituality.
But why is it happening? The reason why it can happen is because you are children of earth. You are children of Mother Earth. You're children of the woman's seed.